Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of On the Sofa. I'm Kalyn, and joining you for the first time from New York City, and with me tonight is Anna to discuss Clan Logan. Here at ScotlandShop, we love celebrating clan stories. I myself am a graduate student in history at Fordham University with a focus in Scottish history, and I absolutely love being able to immerse myself in it both at school and at work. My favorite section of the website is the area dedicated to Scottish clans. And if you're interested in finding out more about the history of your clan, then we certainly recommend taking a look.
So this month we're celebrating all things Clan Logan. So I am wearing my Edinburgh tartan since the Logans have lots of history in Edinburgh City. So join us tonight as we delve into the clan's history and discover some of their most significant stories from centuries gone by. We'll be learning about some of their famous battles, famous faces, old and new, and so much more. And we always welcome your input. So if you've got any questions, post them here in the chat. And if you are associated with Clan Logan in any way, we really want to hear about it and hear all the stories you've got to share. So don't hesitate to get in touch or post things on the chat, and you can interrupt us and ask us questions as we go along.
So let's get into how it all started. The Logan name is found to have been used by two distinct families, one in the Highlands and one in the Lowlands. Each has their own fascinating history and represents different areas within Scotland. The Lowland Logans are descended from Robert Logan of Restalrig, which is today a suburb of Edinburgh. And it is also just east of Loughan, which the Logans of Restalrig were also connected to. And Loughan Park is famous for its loch, of course, and 16th century ducat. There's a picture there of that. So each month we celebrate a castle or a few castles of the month along with the clan of the month. So you might have already read the blog all about the history of Loughan Castle, but more on this later.
And I couldn't resist sharing one of my favourite castles because it's so local to ScotlandShop HQ here in Berwickshire. And that's Fast Castle off the coast of Berwickshire, which was once held by Sir Robert Logan. And if you visit today, you can only see ruins of what was a large fortress, but Fast Castle has a vast history dating back to the Iron Age. By the time it came into the hands of Sir Robert, it had passed through the ownership of the likes of Alexander Home Chamberlain of Scotland and even Henry VIII. Prior to the loss of all the Logan's estates due to his involvement with the Gowrie conspiracy, he and mathematician John Napier searched Fast Castle for supposed treasure.
Oh, it seems that we lost Anna. I think that she had been talking about the Gowrie conspiracy related to Fast Castle, which we will also talk about in a bit. Today, Clan Logan is considered an armigerous clan, which means that they do not have a clan chief recognized by the Lord Lion Court. The last clan chief was Hugh Logan, who passed away in 1802. The Clan Logan Society International is actually currently working. There's Anna.
Hi. No idea where I
went. I was just saying how the last clan chief was Hugh Logan, who passed away in 1802, and the current efforts that the Clan Logan Society International is doing with their chief restoration project in order to locate the ancestor of Hugh Logan, who would be the rightful clan chief today. And there you can see the society's logo. Earlier, I mentioned Robert Logan, and though, as we said, the clan doesn't currently have a chief, Sir Robert Logan is pretty significant in the history and development of the clan. There are actually several Robert Logans throughout history. In fact, the first record of the last name Logan in the early 13th century belonged to a Robert Logan. We also know of a Sir Robert Logan of the 14th century who quested to take the heart of Robert the Bruce to the Holy Land, and this is something that we'll touch on again later.
So just a few hellos interrupt now that I've managed to make it back on screen. So hi to Kyle Dawson. So Kyle's in charge of the New York Tartan Day Parade, which we love to join in. And Kalyn's had lots to do with. So good evening, Kyle. So back to the Lowlands, the Lowland Logans. So the Lowland Logans of the medieval period are said to have descended from Sir Robert Logan of Restalrig. Sir Robert was also the son-in-law of Robert II, who ruled from 1371 to 1390, and as such was appointed the Lord High Admiral of Scotland in 1400. It is this Sir Robert's grandson who is perhaps the most well-known Robert Logan of Restalrig, who held Lochend Castle and was involved in the Gowrie conspiracy to kidnap, can't speak this evening, King James VI. So following this event, the Logans were forced to forfeit their lands, including Lochend, which makes this Sir Robert a bit of an infamous figure, maybe not for the right reasons. Sir Walter Scott even referred to him as one of the darkest characters of that dark age.
Yeah, I think if Sir Walter Scott gives you that title, then it must be his infamous character must be for the wrong reasons. So let's talk about the crest. The English translation of the motto reads, "This is the valor of my ancestors," and you can see the crest there. It features a pierced heart and represents the clan's connection to Robert the Bruce, as we said earlier. The Logans were known to have been loyal to King Robert, and in 1330, Sir Robert Logan and his brother, Sir Walter Logan, joined the company of Sir James Douglas to deliver the heart of Robert the Bruce to the Holy Land. Unfortunately, the brothers were captured and slain, but as we can see with the crest, the clan still honors this quest through their motto and crest.
So besides their connection to Robert the Bruce, the Logan clan also has a lot of history with what is known today as Lochend House. And I think we've got a picture of it coming up in a moment. There we go. It was once referred to as Lochend Castle or Restalrig Castle, and it's located just outside of Edinburgh. Clan Logan doesn't have an official clan seat today, but Lochend Castle and its grounds belonged to the Lowland branch of the clan during the 14th century. The family occupied the grounds until the 17th century when they were forced to leave due to the Sir Robert Logan's involvement in the Gowrie conspiracy when they lost all their lands.
After that, the property was briefly owned by Arthur Elphinstone, 6th Lord Balmerino, but he was executed after the Battle of Culloden due to his involvement in the Jacobite uprising of 1745. The castle itself was burned and later rebuilt as a house, with the gable end of the tower still remaining. The Lochend house that stands today, though, was built in 1820 and was used as a children's center all the way until 2016 when the roof caught fire. Today, it's privately owned, but if you're visiting or in the area, you can still experience the grounds of Lochend at Lochend Park, which is open to the public.
So now let's delve into the unique relationship between Clan Logan and Clan MacLennan. So while the connection between the two clans has never been directly clarified, they have undoubtedly been linked. The Lowland Logans are connected to Scottish royalty, but Clan MacLennan is believed by some to have originated from the Highland Logans. In addition, the two clans actually share a tartan and a plant badge. We'll get onto their tartans in a minute. The MacLennan and Logan names are also considered associated by each. However, it was made clear in a letter from Lord Lyon to the Clan Logan Society of Canada that while the clans shared a close relationship, they are still separate clans in their own right. But Logan and MacLennan do share the same tartan. As you know, we do love our tartan. So there's 3 variants available. So there's Logan, modern, ancient, and weathered. And there's the MacLennan variations there as well. So the ancient colours are the best representation of how the tartans were thousands of years ago, based on the natural dyes found in the local landscape. Whereas the modern, more stronger colours emerged with chemical dyes from 1685.
So let's talk about some of maybe our favorite famous Logans. There is a blog post up about that if you haven't read it, but we'll go through some of our favorite ones now. One of my favorite historical Logans that I read about this month was Deborah Norris Logan. She was a prominent 19th century figure who I really appreciate as an historian, originally from Pennsylvania myself. There's her photo. She was actually the first woman to be elected membership of the Historical Society of Pennsylvania. And her most impressive work is a 4,000-page diary, largely consisting of genealogical and historical documentation, primarily about the Logan and Norris family. So perhaps we have her to thank for some of the knowledge that we have about Clan Logan today.
I'll just say a quick hello to Joanne Yates. Hi, Joanne, listening in and saying it's very interesting. It's very interesting for us as well, because there's so many clans, and every month we get to really focus on one and learn lots more. So we're enjoying it too, Joanne. So next up, one of my famous Logans is Phyllis Logan, who is a more modern day famous Logan, a beloved member of the cast of Downton Abbey, and she plays Mrs. Hughes. So Phyllis was born in Renfrewshire. There we've got her on screen for you now. And she spent most of her young life in Scotland, having attended the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama. She won a BAFTA award for her role in Another Time, Another Place. And in addition to her film work, her resume includes a lot of time spent on Scottish TV and on stage in Edinburgh. So as Kalyn said, you can go and have a read of all. There's lots more famous Logans, and there's a blog post all about them, which has just gone up. So next up, we have a few stories. And I was given this one to tell because it's from Montreal, and that's one of my favourite places as I lived there when I was about 17. So in Montreal, there is a street named Logan after Sir William Edmund Logan. And there we go, we've got him there. And on this said street in the 70s, there was a store called Salaison Logan. Salaison is a term you rarely hear nowadays, but it originally derived from the French word sali, which can be translated to salting, as in salting meat. And so this gentleman, Sir William Edmund Logan, was of course a butcher.
Another story that we have is from Josh Logans, and he says, our family name, this is really interesting, our family name changed from Logan to Logans in 1730 upon coming from Ireland to Virginia. We were in Ireland one generation, and before that, Scotland. He says, I'm a direct descendant of Robert Logan of Restalrig, and trace back from there one of his grandfathers, also Robert Logan, who married Princess Catherine Stuart, who was the daughter of Robert II, King of Scots, and their son was Simon Logan. So that's really interesting, connecting back to all of the Robert Logans that we've been talking about tonight.
And that Scotch-Irish connection, because I think we find that so often. People originally in Scotland spent time in Ireland and then ended up in the States. So we've had a few stories like that. It's very interesting. Another story sent in, so thank you to Charles Ed Logan Sr., who sent us his story this week and telling us about going to Smoky Mountain Scottish Festival and Games this year, and he was able to fulfil his dream of hosting a Clan Logan Society stand. So Charles was saying he hasn't attended a Games since the Central Florida Games in January 2019. And he was so excited to get back where he belonged, speaking to people about clans and genealogy. And he said there was an amazing turnout of 48 clan tents at the Games, so quite a turnout, as well as Scottish vendors, pipe bands, Highland dancers, and plenty of people passionate about Scottish culture. And he says he can't wait to attend his next Highland Games as a proud member of Clan Logan. So hopefully we'll be out at some games soon and we'll be able to come and meet Charles for ourselves.
We have another story that's very excited about the Highland Games, as we all are. This is from the treasurer of the Clan Logan Society, Randy Horn. And he says, I was so pleased to attend the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games, which is one of the biggest Highland Games here in the States. There's a picture there of him. He says he was so pleased to attend those games again this year to represent the Clan Logan Society alongside my good friend Ed Logan. It was the best attended we could remember, seeing the games with 85 clans in attendance. He says, I've been attending the games for 12 consecutive years now, with Ed attending for the past 17 years. Impressive dedication for sure. But these games are that special. I think we would agree. He says, we were so saddened last year when the games were not able to go ahead. No games, no pipes, no families, no clans, which is why we will not be taking the games for granted anymore, and we are going to try and visit even more events in the future with the spirit of my Clan Logan heritage in full swing. I think that we would all agree with those sentiments.
Absolutely. Feel like just appreciate all these events and all the effort that goes into running them even more than ever, and can't wait to get back out there, get that Scotland Shop tent up. So now we come on to the questions from some of our listeners. One of them is, how would we suggest wearing the Logan tartans? So I do have one here that Amy has dressed for us, if you want to see how you can wear your Logan sash fastened at the waist. But really, it depends on your event and how formal or casual you want to be, because there's so many ways to style your tartan. Me with my quite casual bolero jacket, but then you can also go all out with a full-on three-piece suit, a kilt, or a dress, or a little nod to the clan with just a brooch or an accessory. So very much up to your personal style and taste. But I am told by Monia, who's in our Edinburgh shop and is our fashion queen, that comfort along with style are the fashion buzzwords just now. And so Monia has actually written us a blog all about Clan Logan style and how to wear your Logan tartans. So that's a good place to start, I would say. Second question, Kalyn's letting me do all the questions here. Somebody is asking, sorry, I'm trying to read off the screen what the questions are, is how do I get involved with the clan? So we've been chatting to lots of Clan Logan Society members, which has been great, and they welcome members from around the world, and they're, I quote, an aim of historical preservation and the contemporary celebration of Scottish heritage. The Clan Logan Society International offers clanship and connection to the Logan's traditional past. And I think Emily is going to pop the link up on screen for you now if you want to find out more about the society and everything that they get up to. Lots of fabulous events throughout the year, and lots of people on there who can help you if you're researching your family, trying to find different members from years ago. It's amazing the information some of these societies have. So it's a great starting point if you're doing some research.
So I think there we have it for Clan Logan. We hope you've enjoyed learning about Clan Logan with us. And if you want to test your knowledge, you can always do our quiz online. Emily will pop the link up here for you now if you want to test out some of what you've learned tonight. Coming up on Friday night is our interview with Patrick from Clan Logan, who is the representative of the Clan Logan Society of Canada for Ontario. And then next Wednesday, we're chatting to Stephen Logan, all the way from Canada himself. And he is the founder of the Clan Logan Society of Canada and involved in a number of other Scottish societies within Canada. We first met Stephen during a tour of the Canadian Highland Games back in 2019, and we can't wait to share his stories and passion for his heritage. We hope you can join us then.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.